From Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Rody Rob, Adam Baum, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. This is the Wednesday night show reacting to AEW's Dynamite. They're offering tonight, finished about 25 minutes ago. Before we break it all down, I've got to bring in my co-host. What's up, Brian?
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Howdy doody. You know, it's from that TV show from it's called
From what TV show is it?
I painted my howdy doody. I'm gonna say MASH.
Do you want me to give you the answer?
Yes.
It's from the Howdy Doody show.
No,
it really is. Like
Really?
you're that like close, but not right.
Wait, was MASH similar to the Howdy Doody show?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you not know what MASH was? MASH was about the Korean War.
yeah, no, I know it was like an army type of thing or whatever. But hey, whatever, right? I'm well. How are you?
Wow.
Right? Wasn't that your first question anyway?
Yes, that was my first question.
I'm doing well, thank you.
So we haven't been here for a Wednesday in a little bit. So, you know, we kind of have disappointed our fans the way AEW has, per se, by not having Wednesday night shows. So we gotta bring it back, right? We gotta catch up on what we've missed. And break it all down. Speaking of what we missed, Cody Williams, hey, buddy, it's been a while. He's on the board. Old school lieutenant there. Hall of Famer Christopher Steichler. They're also joining us on the YouTube live chat board. So what we're going to do, Brian, tonight, we're gonna take the last two Rampages and the two Dynamites before this. And, we're gonna do it quick hit style.
Let's do it.
But before that, we have to talk about the elephant in the room because, you know, we don't cover dirt sheets frequently anymore. But
Right.
when there's big ones that are confirmed, we have to talk about that. And of course, I'm referring this time, Brian, to Ring of Honor.
Yeah. So it came out today, just almost like, I don't want to say it was just like an afterthought or whatever, but I mean, I look at my phone and I'm just seeing like, okay, what? So Ring of Honor, apparently, they are releasing all of their talent.
Everybody
by the end of the year. Everyone. So apparently, and also the whole hiatus that they were taking, that's what originally, that's what I first saw. I saw the headline and I'm like, Ring of Honor is planning a hiatus in the first quarter of 2022.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, whatever.
Return in April 2022.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's not that big of a deal. Fine, they want to go on hiatus. I guess they're, I'm sure there's business reasons. But then everyone started texting me, and they're like, no, they're like releasing everyone apparently, and like they like all the wrestlers that are under contract right now, they're allowed to take dates. They can go wherever they want, so they can. And I'm seeing people.
Well, yeah, you said some already have dates.
Bandito is already going to GCW. I think he signed for 3 dates. I saw I think she's doing backstage correspondence stuff. Now she's wrestling. Quinn McKay, she's taking dates too.
I like Quinn McKay. Quinn McKay has a Renee vibe to me.
Yes, correct. So I don't know, man. It's it's pretty crazy right now. So now everyone's kind of in. Ring of Honor put out a whole statement. You can go read it. It's out there on their social media. But they're saying that when they come back, they want to reimagine Ring of Honor and have a new fan-focused product. So not quite sure what all that means, but
also I think we got another old school person on the board. Kevin Mahal, Jinder's brothers here.
Hey, what's up, Kevin?
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, geez. Oh, I see him. Yeah.
I have to call him Kevin Mahal because he's a big Jinder fan. So
right.
It just makes
What's Cody
sense.
saying? Do it open season type shit? What does that mean?
So Stike says they've said anybody who wants early will get them released. So basically, we have this coalition going on already. Ring of Honor, to my knowledge, wasn't a part of it in any fashion. They worked with NJPW, but that was about it. And now everybody, oh, that's Kevin from Texas. Never mind.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
I thought it was our old co-host.
You don't think he would like text you or whatever, or you think he would just jump on the board?
Maybe if he got the alert, yeah. We're that popular, you just get the alert and you got to jump on and say something.
Yeah, that's why you should be subscribed to the fucking show.
Yeah, you never know.
Right.
So what's weird here is, like, you know, there's still other players in here. MLW, GCW, Impact. A lot of people could sign these guys. It's not just about AEW or possibly WWE.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick, who are you the top free agents in your mind?
From
Ring of Honor right now.
From Ring of Honor. Whew. Well, I mean, you have Bandito right there. You also have some of the guys from their tag division.
The Briscoes, is that?
Yeah, Briscoes are already showing up. They're already they showed up at GCW within the month. They're their tag team champions. So that was another kind of red flag too when I saw the Briscoes, because they never work anywhere really except for Ring of Honor. They've never really gone, even like during these partnerships or whatever. I guess they've done some of those New Japan co-headline
That's
shows.
what I was saying. Ring of Honor's worked with New Japan, but not with the others in the alliance.
Right, but the Briscoes now are kind of going out and going elsewhere. So, I don't know. I forget where I was going with that, but
the point is there's some talent there. You said Danhausen.
Danhausen's another big one. I mean, he was just on the Jericho cruise, so he's not even an AEW roster member, and he's already kind of dipping his toes in the AEW waters.
We got Jay Lethal, Flip Gordon, Stykes reminding us on, and even like you mentioned, Quinn McKay. You know, some backstage talent. So, I mean, this is quote unquote, for lack of a better term, this is a fire sale.
Shane Taylor, I mean, he's been doing fucking awesome things too. And they just crowned their first women's champion. So they just had this women's tournament, brought in all these names. Chelsea Green, I think Roxy was another one that I think Stike threw up there on the board too. And just crowned the champion, and now it's gone.
It's gone.
Now it's gone.
I got a question for you, Brian.
Yeah.
One of the other things away from AEW that kind of has some impact, pun intended. But Christian Cage loses to Moose, drops the Impact title. A lot of people I saw on IWC thought that Moose should have beaten Kenny. And then there's a lot of people that are speculating this is the end of the, at least, television working relationship of Impact and AEW for a little while. Is there any substance to that you know of?
I mean, that's what I'm hearing, but it's weird because there's still almost like feuds and stuff and stories that haven't really fit. Like Christopher Daniels, for example, he's still over in Impact as far as I last watched, at least. But he's still over there and like doing his thing, like kind of teasing that he's going to go after for the main belt. But now that, like you said, Moose has it, which Moose, I don't know if did you watch it, Adam? Did you see what happened?
No. But the Moose received heavy praise, and the Impact fans talking about Moose and Alexander.
Well, so yeah, that's kind of what it was. The match was Christian versus Josh Alexander, and Moose had almost like a Money in the Bank type of gimmick. So the match ended, Josh Alexander won, and then Moose came in, cashed in, bing bong boom. Moose is a new champion.
Just like that.
Just like that.
But the point being is they're clearly just very quickly with the cash in moved away from Christian. Good Brothers don't appear tonight in any capacity in the Elite Brawl, not to get ahead of ourselves.
Yep, that's true.
And Christopher Daniels, they wrote him off AEW. So for him to be your silver lining over there, he was written off AEW television. So it really feels like that working relationship is done, and I don't think there was any benefit at all. For AEW. For AEW. What did they get out of this deal other than the Good Brothers appearing on TV?
So you don't think that this made them look in any way kind of? Well, okay, I'll ask you this: who do you think won this? Like, if you were gonna say like who won this, if it were like a feud.
Well,
Impact
I mean,
versus AEW.
Impact has 0 television, right?
That's not true.
They're on Pluto. You know what I mean? There's not a network deal.
Yeah.
Okay. So they are a promotion that's on Pluto. They have a streaming channel. They have one, I believe, on Tubi as well. And, of course, you can catch stuff on YouTube in general. But do you think more eyes got on the product?
On Impact or on AEW? Or
on
either?
Impact, because of AEW having Kenny walk around with the belt. Actually, Nakazawa was probably walking around with the belt more
oh
than
my
Kenny
God,
was.
that was only for 1 week. Don't be dramatic.
And then the Good Brothers showing up. I mean, now Impact benefited from having Christian Cage appear, having all these other people appear, but I really don't see the benefit to AEW other than it gives them a direct line to steal the talent when it comes time because they know everybody there.
Wait, what? To steal the talent because they know everyone? I mean, at this point, basically, a lot of the talent has worked with one another. A lot of the guys know each other. Guys and girls know each other. It's not really. I mean, it's not.
But they were invited to come over there. I don't know. I just don't see that this could be sustained for long term, and it feels like this is over. And who knew Impact would outlast Ring of Honor? Stike said, "Yeah, that's a weird one on the betting."
That is a very good point, Stike. Very, very good. That might be the point of the night, actually. If we're doing that, I don't know if we're doing that.
Oh, do you give him a Roddy?
I would give him a Roddy right now if I could. Actually, yes. You know what? Very good point. I would.
All right. So this is Roderick Strong. I approve this message. I can't do it like Roddy can, but close enough.
No.
Brian, let's move on to the 10/15 Rampage. That's October 15th. Again, we're going to do quick hits. This is the one where they went head-to-head with SmackDown. That's why I wanted to go back and kind of footnote this one. They overlapped a half hour. Tony slapped his junk on the table.
He did.
And said, "We're going to beat you in this 30 minutes. He also used that 30 minutes to put on Bryan Danielson against Minoru Suzuki as part of a buy-in. So that he could
show, just a free
really go head-to-head. I mean, Bobby Fish versus Lee Moriarty and Tay Conti versus Santana Garrett. Like, wow. I'm all for Tony, you know, getting some cojones and stuff like that to throw it down. But those two mean nothing. And unless you are a diehard like you and maybe Colonel Bob, Suzuki and Bryan Danielson isn't the match to get the WWE viewers to switch channels. Is that at least viewers, that a fair statement?
It's if you like professional wrestling, hey, you should just fucking come over here and watch this and not watch the other stuff that you're watching.
Okay, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that Bryan Danielson also could, in my opinion, make any match good. I'm saying that you are trying to steal viewers from WWE this night. And you pick a guy that I would imagine at least 25% of AEW fans aren't familiar with.
No. 25% don't know Suzuki.
Yes.
I don't know about
Saying
that, man.
1 in 4 AEW fans does not know his body of work or who outside of his name ID. And WWE fans, I would say it's the inverse. You might get as many as 25%, maybe 20. Probably that's a high estimate.
No. WWE fans of Suzuki? Hell no. Definitely not.
Okay. So that was on paper, that is an odd choice to try and steal the viewers for head to head. If you're trying to steal the viewers. Now, if you're trying to counter program entirely, Suzuki and Bryan Danielson is 100% different than the women's match that was on SmackDown at the same time.
Right. Wasn't it
Sasha and Becky.
Sasha and Becky, that's right.
It's been a few weeks, but I'm pretty sure this. So, it's a weird, strategy.
That wasn't going against the SmackDown segment. Suzuki and Danielson. That was on the buy-in. That was on YouTube.
Right.
That was like early on.
Oh, that wasn't the head-to-head?
No.
Oh, whatever. Oh no, it was Punk and Seidel.
There you go.
Okay. Well, they lost to Banks and is the point of all this.
Well, Adam, I don't
and
know.
And then you want to wait. Are you cashing checks like everybody else? If you want to do this silver lining, if you stand on one foot in the rain on a Tuesday, they won this demo for 5 minutes or whatever the fuck it was. Is this what you're gonna tell me?
No, I'm just looking at the sheer numbers, sir. This is reported by the Pro Wrestling Torch. This is a tweet that they put out. They are a accredited and
yes, I know who Torch is.
Okay, thank you. And I quote: I don't know why it says where obtained. That's a typo. Red flag already, but where obtained a new key ratings detail on Friday. AEW Rampage beat WWE SmackDown in head-to-head 30 minutes in the most coveted 18 to 49 demo, 328,000 to 285,000. Rampage led with Punk match. SmackDown featured Becky, Sasha, and Lesnar.
What's up, Vice on the board? And somebody new here, the Big FP. Quick question: did you guys see Bray Wyatt's tweet earlier? Yes, we did. He said 2 more days.
2 days.
My thing is that feels like Kenny was the belt collector. I feel like if Bray Wyatt goes to AEW, well, he's probably, even without Bray Wyatt, even without Wyndham Rotunda, Tony Khan has already become the wrestler collector. He's just
yeah. I mean, man, I thought that was Vince a little while ago, like before AEW. Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Here's why. Little spoiler alert for later on in our show, but here's why I wouldn't want Wyndham Rotunda there.
Okay.
Malachi Black is already seemingly part of a team.
Like doing like the whole creepy.
He should be on his own.
Spooky.
There are people that don't need to be part of a team or part of a faction. They just don't. Like why you've wedged Men of the Year together, and then you double down on them being together. You put them with America's Top Team. Both those guys should be singles competitors. Scorpio and Ethan Page should be singles competitors. If Wyndham Rotunda came to AEW, he should be a singles competitor. He won't. Malachi Black, to me, has been a singles competitor, and he went with somebody. And you argued for months with me, and I let it go. But Miro was part of a team before he went solo. I worry about him being repackaged there. They don't have enough just solo guys. They're constantly forced to team people.
Do they even
Christian
have
Cage has been aligned with the Jurassic Express.
Tell me one regular AEW roster member that is just like a solo person. I'm like asking. I don't know the answer. I'm asking.
I'm trying to think.
Right.
Archer? No, he's got Jake. That doesn't count.
What about like Abaddon?
Is she even all elite?
She's not really. Yeah, I know. She's not really like a main roster person.
Dude, nobody is.
Yeah.
Board, there's your challenge while we go on.
Yeah, throw some names up there because we can't fucking.
Yeah, tell me somebody who stands alone on some level.
Right.
All right. So Rampage, that's the buy-in. Ruby beat Bunny. Top Team beat Inner Circle in a trio match. And Punk beat Seidel. The following night on the Saturday Dynamite, Malachi Black beat Martin. We'll later find out on that show that Leo Rush declared himself Dante Martin's new partner. Wasn't Dante Martin's partner, or wasn't he his brother?
His brother, yeah. His brother was hurt, though. And I think he still is hurt. So I think that's what they're doing. They're, I guess, just pairing him up with Leo until his brother's ready.
But I thought that's what they were doing with Seidel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. No, Matt. What's his brother's name?
Not Evan Bourne.
Pete. No, it's not Pete.
Matt and Pete.
Demetrius.
Sure.
No, Michael.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was hurt, I think, for a little bit, but he's back. He's wrestling again.
Oh, so they had to break them back up. The other brothers got broken up.
Yeah, the one guy is still out. So yeah, I hear Studio Cat. What's up? Shout out Studio Cat.
Right. So Cowboy Shit. We had appearance of Cowboy Shit there. The Elite beat up Jurassic Express. Mox beat Wheeler. Super Click beat Dark Order.
Mm-hmm.
Sheeta attacked Serena Deeb, in lieu of beating her and losing her 50th victory. And Bryan Danielson beat Bobby Fish. For Saturday Dynamite, it
was like so automatic that Sheeta was gonna win. You're like, can't believe they're doing this bullshit. Why are they? We know that she's gonna win.
Check the tape, man. Check the tape. I said that was the biggest swerve AEW ever did. Like, they had the trophy out there. I thought Sheeta was a slam dunk to win. Instead, it took her all the way till tonight to finally get her 50th win.
Last I remember, I remember you shitting on it because you were like,
No. I was shitting on it because I thought it was so obvious.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, and I was shitting on it because they bring out the damn thing ahead of time.
Right.
Like, what the hell? Like, here's the trophy already. And I thought it was crazy. JR even said it. He goes, yeah, they're seeming pretty confident. I already have the trophy engraved and everything. So I commended them. That was a swerve I didn't see.
Was a pretty good move by them. I gotta give them credit.
It was. So Dynamite was overall just kind of the first Saturday one on 10/16. I wasn't impressed.
It's too late. It's too late for me.
Yeah.
I'm an early bird these days. Down by the creek where I live, and
and it's on a Saturday
RV.
Like,
what'd you say?
And it was on a Saturday night.
Oh, a Saturday night. Sorry, Saturday night. I thought you said, do I live in a Saturn? Like a Saturn, like
okay,
car?
Moving on.
Moving
on. The Eliminator Tournament. That doesn't really have anything to do with the rankings.
Daewoo,
but they want to pretend it does. Began on Rampage on 10/22. That was this past Friday, Brian.
Tesla.
That's where we're at right now.
Past Friday, 10/22.
Yep. Orange Cassidy obviously beat Powerhouse Hobbs. Britt beat Anna Jay. Ty Conti comes out post-match to make the save because Britt and her posse are beating down Anna Jay.
Mm-hmm.
The other
good
one.
Match by Anna Jay. Good performance by her.
Yeah.
Also.
Pac beats Andrade. And after the match, Malachi Black attacks and Cody makes the save, which they'll redo in a different variety the next night on Dynamite, and they'll redo it again in a different variety tonight.
You know what we're going to get? Playa.
Yeah, this is stupid. We're going to get stupid waste of 4 singles wrestlers is what we're going to get.
You going one-on-one with The Undertaker.
It's just shit.
You don't like it?
Oh, here we go. Stike says Paul White is a wrestler who isn't involved in a team or faction. That I believe is by default. Wasn't he in when QT left? He became part of Nightmare Factory.
No.
No, he's not. He wouldn't be aligned with them in any way.
He's not. No, he's not in. No, they're not the Nightmare Factory. He's just the factory. No, he's not aligned. That might be one right there.
Yeah, the Gun Club he was briefly aligned with, but they
also beat him down.
Briefly turned on him.
I thought they still turned on him, right? Aren't they still?
They absolutely turned on him.
Yeah.
That
Studio Cat is going wild.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna kick it to you for a topic to
sure. What do you want to talk
about? So Orange Cassidy beat Hobbs in the first round of the meaningless tournament that Hobbs shouldn't have been in. Dustin Rhodes is the next victim in the tournament that he shouldn't have been in. But he and Bryan Danielson had a classic match.
They had a very good match, man. I had no problem, and it fucking opened the episode of Dynamite off too.
Go.
I love that he's been wrestling on opening matches. It's great. But yeah, man, this went a long time too. I mean, I don't know why you could say that you have a problem with him being in that match. I mean, same thing with
here's why I have a problem with that match. If you want to say, Brian, that Dustin Rhodes is in a contendership match, you want to say that? I got no problem. No issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
But what AEW, this is like a sci-fi movie. You can say, hey, Brian can breathe underwater, that he's some alien species, and so Brian can breathe underwater. Now, when Brian doesn't have scuba equipment underwater, we know why, because they've told us Brian can breathe underwater.
Breathe out of my asshole.
Okay, so AEW says that we have these rankings, and what's different is when we run this Eliminator tournament, it's based on these rankings. So we look at these 8 men that are in the Eliminator tournament, and half of them don't belong in any sense because they're not top rank. So it goes against the whole Eliminator tournament concept.
Yeah.
Dustin's not ranked. Preston's not ranked.
I think Preston's ranked. I don't think
Hobbs
No,
wasn't ranked.
he's not.
Power Hobbs wasn't ranked. Dude, I just got rid of you. Get the hell away from me, Cat.
Yeah, right?
Man. No.
High Bubbles. No, that's Snowball.
That's Snowball, yes. The cat that I just let out that somehow got back in.
It used its Bray Wyatt powers. Sorry, Wyndham Rotunda powers.
Wyndham Rotunda. Yeah, there's another one I got to try and relearn. At least Cody Rhodes. Dude, Bryan Danielson is the worst because it's so damn close. Malachi Black is second because it's so damn close. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. You also have, which is, it's lazy to me, Brian.
What?
But you have the women in the TBS title tournament at the same time as the men are in the tournament here. So literally on the same night. So Ruby beat Penelope.
Tournaments. You told me in the past over the years, Brian, I fucking love you and I love tournaments. That's what you said to me.
Okay. I love tournaments when they're done properly and have a reason, a format, and can be good, whether it's a qualifier, whether it's a King of the Ring, whatever it is. What I think is lazy, Brian, is having 2 of them simultaneously. The only thing that would be lazier is having a tag tournament going on at the same time as a men's and a women's.
Sure. No, I mean, I'll give you that. It is a little, 1 tournament, it's good. 2 tournaments, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And side by side.
Right.
And then so we curtained the night of Dynamite on Saturday with Bryan Danielson and Dustin Rhodes.
Yep.
Then we go into Ruby and Penelope tournament match. Then we go into Kingston and Archer, another tournament match. So 3 matches, 3 tournaments. It just seems overkill that and 2 of them aren't even the same tournament. If these were 3 matches in the same tournament, I'd be fine with it. By the way, a lot of people concerned. I know you saw the film on this one if you didn't watch it live, but Archer losing to Kingston, I got some concerns about it, but let's just paint the picture. I guess he was trying for a moonsault.
He was going for a moonsault, which he's hit millions of times. He's been doing it for, I mean, even since he's been in fucking WWE, he's been doing that moonsault. So it's not something that he's been like, he just tried off of like on a whim or whatever. It's not like the Lesnar shooting star. That's what everyone kind of like compares it to. I mean, it wasn't as severe as that either. Like Lesnar got pretty fucked up from this. Apparently,
well, Archer looks like I mean,
he looked a little rocked, but they said that he didn't get a concussion. That like they tweeted it. I forget who it was. I don't know if it was AEW or if it was Archer himself, but it's reported that he didn't get concussed. And that's and he also had I don't know if you saw this, but afterwards they're saying that he was pretty irritated after the match because he wanted to continue, but they told him, you know, you saw Dr. Sampson out there telling the ref, I think it was Bryce, telling him to stop the match.
Now I have serious issues here.
I have some too.
Why nobody in the world of wrestling, fandom, business, any side of anything in this universe that exists of pro wrestling, I believe nobody in it, from fan to creator to wrestler, nobody would care if at this point Dustin Roberts goes as the winner of this match as a result of a no contest is Eddie Kingston. The announcers on the headset go, Lance Archer can't continue, so they have to give the match to Kingston. Instead, they have doctors come out, do everything that they're supposed to do, not faulting the doctors. AEW's been under a lot of scrutiny, not just by us on this health issues here. So the doctors do everything that they're supposed to do. And then somebody says, you know what? Go in there and take the pin.
Yeah. Do a little roll up.
Why?
What's the point? I'm with you, man.
And it destroys any level of kayfabe there. Nobody thinks that Eddie Kingston injured Archer here. Nobody thinks that Archer is 100% after this move. So just roll with it. Go the DQ, right. Don't have the pin, or go the whatever the hell you have to say. And yeah, Stike's saying it's lucky not to injure himself more. 100%. Right.
No, stoppage due to because he can't continue. Like, therefore, Eddie Kingston is the winner.
Yeah, whatever it is. I thought it was a big mistake to continue. However, last quick hit before we go into tonight. Last retro quick hit, 1023 Dynamite. However, Brian, the biggest mistake of the night was Cody Rhodes beating Malachi Black.
You think so?
Go ahead and defend that one, jackass.
Oh, well, first of all, I don't appreciate you calling me a jackass. I'm just going to go out and say that right away. And second, I
jerk wagon.
Jerk wagon. I was like dead set. I think I even told you guys too. I was like, oh no, Malachi's going to win 3-0. This is going to be the spark where Cody goes off on his heel turn. And especially after watching tonight.
Actually, maybe winning was his heel turn, Brian.
Seriously. Well, I mean, the crowd was booing and stuff. Like, I mean, you saw it. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm sure we'll talk about it tonight. But also after like the promo that he cut on tonight's Dynamite on the 1027 version, it's like, why doesn't he want to turn? Unless this is his way of turning. It's also weird that he uses that verbiage too, turn. Like, why? It's weird hearing him say that.
This was all very, everything that I just recapped was a lot of WWE, a lot of rematches. Ruby having to fight Penelope again, Ruby having to fight Bunny. Like this is,
except for the tournaments though. Got to give him credit for that's not WWE. Although 2 tournaments is a lot simultaneously.
Really? Queen's Crown and King of the Ring? Oh, wait, I mean, the Women's
that's
Eliminator
true.
and the TS title? Like, really?
Yeah, but they do that bullshit over, like, don't they? They only have, like, 1 match.
No,
I guess AEW does.
I mean, at least WWE's was somewhat unpredictable. I mean, we hoped Xavier won, but they could have gone with Finn.
Yeah, the men's one is pretty.
We thought Shayna
pretty
Baszler over Vega, potential, but
Right.
yeah. And Black can spin this anyway, but he still got his buried by the golden shovel stake. Says, yeah, I mean, Cody going over here, and now what? Now we're gonna go into, and it's when you're down 2-0 and you go
Best
to
of
3.
5.
Is this like an unadvertised best of 7 that they're just not doing it? We're gonna go to tag match for the next one.
You can do best of 5. Why have to skip that?
Well, the next one apparently is gonna be a tag match. That's what we want to see. All right, let's go into tonight. We gave heavy criticism to WWE a long time ago, since everybody wants to compare them. I'm gonna just steer into that course. When Hunter and the McMahons came out and did the whole, we're gonna give fans what they want, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's crucified them because they never came through with their promises.
No.
So that's you agree with that statement?
Oh, 1,000,000%, sir.
Okay. So one of the big things that Punk said is that he's going to come out and he's going to wrestle some young talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to call him out and say that it's exclusive that way. Daniel Garcia, Powerhouse Hobbs, those are young guys. I would have liked to seen Ricky Starks be next on the list, but instead, it's the young and up and coming guy named Bobby Fish.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big youngster. What I'm getting at here is I'm looking at this as probably all the wrong way, because this is a fine match.
Mm-hmm.
But the length that Punk and Fish the match went tonight, it's great for Punk, but it gave a big rub, I felt, to Bobby Fish, who as a veteran doesn't need that rub.
I think he does, though. I mean, he's a new guy in the company. He's going one-on-one against the legend CM Punk. I mean, for him to be able to even just hold his own in this match, not to mention he did kind of, I don't want to say he turned, because he didn't really have that much time to. He's had a few matches and already he's a bad guy. But I think this is their way of establishing that he's a badass now, and he can also
they're
go
booking
toe-to-toe
him like
with CM
Marty
Punk.
Skrull.
Say it again.
He felt like Marty. I got Marty Skrull vibes from him.
Oh no! What? Don't say that.
Maybe it's just the mustache.
Well, I mean, I guess so. Marty's got a big beard now and long hair.
So Bobby Fish isn't a young star. Says I was being totally sarcastic. I think he's like 37 or possibly.
I think he might be 40, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I was being sarcastic. But having a nice long match with him, it felt like a rub here, even though he's in a loss.
Do you think it brings Punk down though?
No. I just wish it would have been like advertised.
Sure. Well, I mean, it kind of was.
And that Punk would have had this long ass match with somebody like Ricky Starks.
I think it'll happen. I think Starks is one of the guys he named.
A lot of them will happen, but I don't know. Punk on commentary. Got a good match here. I no disrespect to Bobby Fish. I just think that I was expecting something with a little more impact on everything else. Okay. Fish was fine. Match was fine. I'm not in any way, I want to be clear, Brian, dogging this match.
Oh, I don't think you are, sir.
No, it was a very, very good match. What was a terrible match was the next one, MJF and Bryce Donovan. I had to go back and look up this dude's name because this is the beginning of the resurrection, Brian, of one of my gripes.
Uh-oh. Oh, I know where you're going.
The Post-match brawl. Where's
Yeah.
Rhodey? Oh, Rhodey left the goddamn show because of this shit always happening.
God damn it.
MJF, Bryce Donovan. MJF runs his mouth after the show. And it leads to Sting and Darby having to come out. And MJF runs and hides while Sting and Darby attack Spears and Wardlow. 2 other Pinnacle members, don't forget. Everybody's affiliated. So that is brawl number 1 of the night. Where do we go from here? Let's go to brawl number 2. We have another fine quality match. And I'm not saying that with sarcasm. I do mean this. Ethan Page and Sammy Guevara. No question who is going to win, just like Punk
For
and
the TNT
Fish.
Championship, yeah.
But very, very good match. However, gripe time, post-match.
Uh-oh.
Pin happens. Sammy defends. Here comes Scorpio. Here comes Inner Circle. We're 3 matches in. We've got 2 post brawls.
Wait. It should be noted also, just for the sake of history, Tony Nese was, they acknowledged him on camera, right? And the commentators talked about him too. So Tony Nese is all elite, FYI.
Isn't he like all elite in the Jerry Lynn way, though?
What do you mean?
I thought he was a coach, kind of like.
No, Tony Nese? No.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know why I thought that.
He's a young dude. He still has a bunch of fucking. I mean, he's been wrestling for a while, but he's still young enough.
Okay. So next we have this has a post match beatdown, but it's not a brawl because the women are not all in factions. Just
right.
some.
Well, sort of.
Like Ty and Anna Jay and Bunny and Penelope, like some are teamed up. But we got Sheeta and Deep tonight, or Serena Deeb, for the TBS Championship advancement. So Sheeta gets her 50th win, advances in the tournament. Deeb has a beatdown afterwards.
That's not a group beatdown. That's just a single, so that really doesn't count.
Right, but it's because it's a women's division. They're not allowed to all be out there.
What? No, that goes again. No, you said that there were just beatdowns everywhere and gang brawls and all this shit.
We'll get there. We got 2 more brawls to come, Brian. 2 more brawls to come.
I'm excited to hear about them personally.
Mox fights Preston and advances easily in the tournament. Again, I don't know why Preston's here. Who in the hell in the world thinks that Preston had a shot? Mox turned him into a bloody mess just for the fuck of it and then walked off after winning. Brawl number 3. We have Cody out there talking. Here comes Andrade. Here comes Malachi. Here comes Pac. Holla, 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 playa. We're going to have a tag match. It's inevitable. Cody and Pac, who are the faces here.
So weird.
Malachi Black and Andrade, who have no reason to team with each other, are going to end up teaming with each other. And the biggest gripe of them all is all 4 of these guys should be singles competitors.
I mean, they are singles competitors. You talk about it. They're definitely all singles competitors. That's why they all have like feuds with one another.
Why is Malachi Black, fresh off a loss to Cody Rhodes, being forced into a not singles gimmick?
Whoa, what are you talking about? No, well, because he's still kind of fucking around with Cody. Doesn't him and Cody still have beef because Cody beat him?
It shouldn't. He should have won.
But
the beef has turned into a tag team that doesn't make any sense.
The beef has turned into a stew, my friend.
Is Pac really a face now?
It's weird.
Cody gets booed. Malachi, I don't think is a face.
He's definitely not a face.
Okay, and
Adam,
Andrade is definitely not a face. So what the fuck is going on here?
It's a little confusing, especially
And
because
we
Cody's the
all
face, but it's
told
like,
you
I
that
don't.
Cody was going to beat Malachi, and he did.
Yeah. Are we supposed to boo Cody? Does he want us to boo? Does he know that we want to boo him, but he knows that we want to boo him, but we don't know that he knows
Dude, he came out dressed as the Homelander. What did he think was going to happen? After he ended racism, too.
No.
Brawl number 4. We're at our main event. We have, since we already did it, this is what's fucked up, Brian. Let me go back. Since we already did it on the 10-16 Dynamite, it was a trios match between the Super Click and Dark Order. Now we have the Elite against Dark Order in a 4-on-4.
Oh. I thought you said the first one was a trios match.
The first one was on 10-16.
Yeah. Oh, so this isn't the same.
Wait. Yeah, it's not the same.
I mean, if you were like, hey, there's a singles match and then there's a tag match, I'd be like, those are 2 different type of matches.
Okay.
There's one extra person in the match, therefore it's a different match.
Anyway, the Ghostbusters thought they had Brandon Cutler as the Marshmallow Man, but it's not. And the Elite eat the pin, courtesy of Hangman's interference. I don't know,
What do
man.
you think?
I am so sick of this shit with the Elite. Everything's the same. And I think why I'm so sick of this shit with them is because Adam Cole, this is what you jump ship to be. I mean, I know there'll be a breakup down the road or whatever, but he's replaced the Good Brothers, and they just do this numbers game afterwards. I know it didn't go their way this time, and they had, Buck number 1 take the pin. But week in and week out, watching the same old shit with the fucking Elite is old. I'm over it. I'm just over it. Like, they are the least enjoyable part of AEW Dynamite. And the thing was, I had no problem with Callis and Omega when they're by themselves.
Yeah.
As soon as they're with the Bucks, it's just the same thing. We're going to do the same fucking thing every fucking week. No variety. No difference. I would
like it to progress at this point. Like, Cole is already in there. All right, they kiss each other's cheeks. They're fucking. This is like the super form of the group. Okay.
Well, since you brought that up, that was a pretty cool spot when Cole got kissed by Dark Order in the trio match.
Yes, that was funny. That was a good spot. I mean, it's supposed to draw heat, though. I mean, not that part, but when they actually do it.
Okay,
it bothers me. I get it. It's a good,
everybody in the DM says the same thing to me. Like, dude, they're doing their job. They're supposed to draw heat. They're doing the same thing every time. Okay, you know who to me is the god of drawing heat is Paul Heyman. But Paul Heyman, throughout his Punk run, was good. Throughout his latest Roman run, has been good. The in-between, when he was reunited with Brock, he got very stale over time because he kept coming out and saying the same thing.
Sure.
So he was a heat magnet for a while, and maybe it was disguised, but he just kept saying the same thing 5 weeks, 10 weeks in a row. It was like, oh, God. Like, thank God he moved on to Roman or somebody else, because he's one of my favorites. And that's why I picked him in this example, Brian, because I love me some Heyman, not just because he's Jewy. But he got so fucking stale doing the same thing that it didn't matter if he was still drawing the heat. He was stale. And that's what the Bucks are to me. With or without the tag belts, they are stale.
Oh, I thought you, for a second, it got weird. I couldn't hear you right. I thought you said they were sterile, and I was very confused. Stale.
Oh, I wish.
What? That's not nice. Stale. I mean, if you look at them through the lens of the Bucks, I mean, the Bucks have evolved. They don't have tassels on their gear anymore. I mean, they added Adam Cole, right? So now we are one
The
person
Bucks have
closer
evolved. Here's what I'll say about the Bucks evolving.
to
They
Mount
were
Rushmore.
face, then heel, then face, then heel, then face, then heel. And yes, this latest heel run, if you want to talk about evolution, has been longer than the other stuff.
Evolution.
Switchblade Graves here says hopefully a Hangman will win, fracture the lead into a new storyline. But all of the angles seem stale tonight. Seems like they're stalling until Full Gear. Thank you, Switchblade. You get a Roddy right there. That is the theme, and I think if I had a kind of thought here tonight, Brian, is it feels like they're doing a WWE transgression, the thing that I hate, which is just stalling, waiting for a pay-per-view, just kind of getting themselves there. We're going to recycle it a little bit till we get there.
I hate that too.
Yeah, and Stike says there's a difference between heat and go-away heat. To me, the Elite has go-away heat. Yeah, like, I want them to go away.
That's heat, though.
No, but that's not a good level of heat if you want them off your TV screen and they keep showing up. I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to fast forward or I'm going to change the channel. That's not good. Juan has, how can you have 50 wins in a women division that only carries 9 girls? Juan, I guess you haven't watched in a while, but AEW has picked up their women's division greatly. Now, having more than one match is still necessary, but Sheeta and Deeb, they had a match of consequence tonight. It went a long time. I enjoyed it. It was a good match for the women. I just wish they would have a little more on there. I was surprised that the Elite ate the pin tonight because technically that's the first time Adam Cole has lost. So that's interesting.
Man, that's pretty big.
What?
I said that's pretty big.
Yeah. And then on Friday, Rampage, we got more action in the Eliminator Tournament. Finally to some matches that are actually ranked guys. Oh, wait, no. Bryan Danielson has only gotten one win, his first one in the tournament there against Dustin Rhodes. But, yeah, he's taking on Kingston, who's also not ranked. Archer was ranked, so that's weird. He lost. I don't get this tournament concept that they keep doing, the Eliminator. They were doing it a lot with the tag titles. Now they're doing it with this other. And it to me, it waters down the... I know you said it strengthens it because they got a new contender in waiting. It's watering down the Omega Page feud, which is overdue, but all these debuts had to happen too. Punk looks old and slow, Juan said. If you remember Monday, Brian, and I think Rob hit the nail on the head. Well, Rob was quoting Punk himself, but Punk wasn't ready or realized how, like when you play guitar, you have calluses that build up on your fingers. And over time, they won't blister and bleed. They'll form calluses and you can play the guitar no problem. And then if you walk away, those calluses go away. Then you come back and try and play the guitar again, then you're going to bleed a little bit and calluses and blisters will form until you get to that level. Punk said his body's not there yet. He didn't realize, how much simple bumps took off of him. And
of course.
You're experienced. When you step away, how is that like the equivalent of explain what he's talking about there and why it's harder?
I'll say this. The one thing that probably sticks out is not even the bumping part, but hitting the ropes. I don't know if people realize like how much it actually does hurt, like your fucking like right under like by your like under your armpit kind of, and then like by your like kind of on your ass, because the way you're supposed to, or the way that I was trained, you're supposed to kind of sit on the second rope a little bit, and like you just get this fucking black and blue just from hitting them so much. So you kind of, like you said, you get callous to it. I wonder if that's something that also kind of, I mean, hitting it's not fun. I mean, it gets fun because eventually it doesn't hurt and it's just second nature. But I wonder if that's something too that would kind of, I don't know, but I mean, ultimately bumping is really fucking. That might be the one where it might take him a little bit. But I mean, look at Daniel Bryan. Oh, shit, I did it again. Bryan Danielson, right? I mean, it doesn't look like he's fucking taking anything easy going from WWE. And I know he was already still wrestling and whatnot, but he was doing like a safer style. Now he's kind of he's letting the reins loose a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
when
Punk will
he
happen.
first came back, he did have to get some ring rust. I mean, I guess it would be the equivalent instead of calluses like ring rust.
Sure.
It's not just an offensive move; it's being able to take bumps.
Sure.
So I got a proposition for you. Is Stike have anything here, and then we'll close it down to what he just said. He said the fact that the Full Gear card was leaked took some of the air out of the pay-per-view, and specifically in its build because you know the card.
A little bit, but I mean, they can also help with like have it like intriguing storylines and compelling angles and whatnot. And I don't know, tonight kind of, especially with the main event, like the way that they went off the air, I don't know, doesn't really make anything it doesn't really up the ante, I'll say, having like the big kind of 4-on-4 that they did to end the show.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's because they were wearing fucking costumes. I don't know.
Bryan Danielson looks great, Juan says. Yeah, he does.
Sure does.
Switchblade Graves, Mox is hinting a heel turn, but the culmination will probably happen at the finals of the tournament versus Danielson. Why turn him for one match? I'll take this first, Brian, and then I'll let you jump in. I don't think Mox is either a face or a heel. To me, he's on like the Stone Cold level here. He's the anti hero, if you will, where he's going to do whatever he wants. He won't play the normal face games, but he can't be a heel because everybody cheers the fuck out of him and loves him to death. So I think it works there because he doesn't have to do anything but show up in the ring here.
He's but like, what about like KO? He's like another good guy, like where like people like to boo him. So I think it would be okay if he were to go heel. I just don't think.
I think Mox is just so hot with all the fan bases. He check marks all the fan bases for AEW. The women love him, the kids love him, dudes love him, diehards love him. I mean, he was the first big like fuck you to Vince signee of AEW, really. I mean, yeah, Jericho was there, but Mox was under contract and decided to let it expire, and Vince wooed the fuck out of him. And he still was like, no, I'm going to go. You know, so I mean, he is, for that reason alone, he's just always going to get cheers. So I don't know, Switchblade. I don't think it's a heel turn. I think he's just, it's another thing about his character, the quote unquote lone wolf. If anything, maybe it's him separating himself further from Eddie Kingston.
Could be.
And going back to where he was when he first started as the lone wolf.
Do you think they're going to have a feud between the two of them?
No. I think Switchblade is right. I think it's going to be Bryan Danielson and Moxley in the end.
Oh. Switchblade. Wait, who?
Switchblade Graves on our board.
No. Who'd you say is going to be Moxley and who?
Danielson.
Yeah. Oh, that's a juicy matchup right there.
So next week on Dynamite, we got Moxley and Orange Cassidy. And then on Friday, we've got Danielson and Kingston. Danielson's obviously winning there.
That'll be a good one.
It will be. I mean, that's the problem, Brian, is these are good matches. It's just when you know the results, I'm not going to believe any false finishes. That takes part of the storytelling of a match away. When you buy into the false finish of a match and you're like, how the fuck did he kick out? Oh my God. Like, I thought it was over.
You can't have someone going against Bryan Danielson. Like, who the fuck, who are you going to have? Like, it's got to be like Kenny Omega. There's only a few people I could potentially have. That would mean him not being on the show, which that wouldn't be good either.
No, here's the thing. Bryan Danielson And Punk, you want to go against the grain and really want to like put the what if factor to test, Brian? Just like the Bucks losing first round of the inaugural tag team tournament. Just like Sheeta being awarded a trophy before her 50th win and then losing. Like, these are the type of moments that you have to swerve us on if you want us to buy in. And I don't care who you give the gift to, but CM Punk, Bryan Danielson could lose at any point that they want to. It would not affect their stock one fucking bit in AEW. All they need to do is just pick who it is. Look at what a stupid win for X-Pac did against Razor. And it didn't matter. Razor was a champ. That was the point. That's how you put somebody over. If somebody comes through and just randomly, imagine if Garcia had pinned Punk or Powerhouse Hobbs had pinned Punk. I think about Orange Cassidy. You know, I don't know what he's doing now, but that was a huge win to me when he beat Jericho.
Definitely.
You know, Jericho put him over.
Yeah. With Punk, though, I mean, he's just coming back, though. You can't just
Doesn't
have him
matter.
losses willy-nilly.
Doesn't matter. That could be part of his character. Humble him, take a step back. Like, man, you know, 7 years, I thought I'd just come back and be my old self, like top of the game. You know, tonight was a very humbling experience with that loss. Hats off to you, Daniel Garcia, for beating me.
Sure. I don't know, man. People are.
It was an 8-minute match. It wasn't competitive. Bobby Fish was competitive.
Okay.
An 8-minute match can never be competitive to me. I know it's a size disadvantage, the Powerhouse Hobbs, whatever, but like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Andrade's my idol, Kevin from Texas says. Yeah, Kevin, Andrade doesn't get used right at all now, and now he's teaming with Malachi Black, which feels like some fucking WWE call up from NXT main roster shit.
Right.
Oh,
Ooh,
Ricochet
their own...
and Aleister Black, you guys are going to team together for no fucking reason.
Yeah. They should just do a fucking their own invasion angle with all these like ex-WWE guys. Have it like a reverse invasion from 2001, 2002.
I don't know, man, but there is a lot of rematches and a lot of, like they said, we're going to limp to Full Gear with a finish. It's called Full Gear, not half chub. So they need to step it up. And here's the other thing. Like, this is, for all intents and purposes, Brian, I believe this is the last hurrah of Kenny Omega as champion. And this is the potential ascendance for Hangman.
You think so?
I think so. If they had pulled that trigger 6 weeks ago, I know Hangman went away for his baby or whatever, but that storyline was white hot 6 weeks ago. It does not move the needle as much for me now. It is an afterthought because Hangman, I don't know.
Whoa. Sorry. Phone just went off.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good.
Hangman's winging. He's winging. Winging? Hangman is winning. Period.
I agree, but he should have won already. He should have won when the story was white hot and fans were going crazy and he was the talk of the town.
He had a baby. He was having a baby.
I don't care. You could have taken him off TV and had him be like, you know, whatever. But the point being is, if now you're doing it after you've had Cole debut, after you've had Bryan Danielson debut, after you've had CM Punk come out of retirement, okay, and after what will be probably in 2 days after Wyndham Rotunda shows up. It feels like Hangman's winning would become an afterthought. And he should have won a month ago before all these guys jumped in, or 6 weeks ago before all these guys jumped in.
No, because doesn't this make it even more important? Like all these guys are here, and
What's up, Rocky?
He's winning, and now he's winning the title. I don't know. I feel like that kind of
No.
puts him up on it.
I feel like he should already have the title, and his title run could be legitimized by all these guys showing up and him getting wins over them. And it would send a message to also all the AEW fans who want to point out the whole fucking bullshit with WWE like it matters. You could go, Hangman beat Punk, Hangman beat Cole, Hangman beat Bryan Danielson. Like, that's what you should be saying. Instead, we're like, oh, Omega and Bryan Danielson are having a series of matches.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny just is an afterthought now. Hangman's an afterthought because Kenny's already set up to go with Bryan Danielson when this is all over.
You don't think he's going to chase for the title afterwards?
No. No. That's the one good thing that AEW does is they don't do a ton of rematches or keep you hanging on. But here they're dragging this stuff out because of the debuts.
Well, then who's winning the Eliminator Tournament? Who's going to be the number one contender for Hangman?
Possibly Mox, possibly Bryan Danielson. I think there's a good chance that maybe Mox gets screwed into a different feud so that Orange Cassidy could be the guy. But here's the thing. If it's Mox or Bryan Danielson, that's even better. They go against Hangman. They can lose. Both of them can to Hangman, and it's fine. You ascend Orange Cassidy a third time to the top only to chop it back down. That's stupid. And Kingston, I love Kingston on the mic, but Kingston's ceiling is at mid-card. He's never going to be an AEW champ.
Yeah, I don't think I'm sure he'll compete for it, like be in matches, but I don't think he'll ever hold it. Maybe he'll TNT champ. I can see him that.
He had a good feud with Miro there. He might have some other ones. He's going to be AEW's Roddy Piper, the gift of gab, and he can go in the ring, but he's never going to get a title.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I don't see how they can continue to do this obvious predictability shit. And I can't tell you how fucking you want to go full gear. Put a women's match on the card, put a tag match on the card, put Hangman and Kenny on the card, and then put your whole damn tournament, if you want to do a number one contender, on that night, and put a real group of your top 8 together. A real group. No Preston Vance. I'm sorry, I'm not disrespecting these guys. I'm just where they are currently.
Bro. Use the rankings.
No Powerhouse Hobbs. No Eddie Kingston. No Lance Archer. Get rid of all these guys. You can keep Bryan Danielson. You can keep Orange Cassidy. Andrade should be in there. Cody should be in there. Malachi should be in there.
Yeah.
If you really want, and you can play all these storylines throughout there. The women did it. Right? Serena Deeb and Sheeta, their feud carried over into a round match here. So
I just don't understand. I mean, it's just it makes too much sense. Like, I understand you want to protect your people that are on your rankings, but if you want to make them mean something, fucking throw them in the tournament.
There's got to be some consistency here. And
right.
Kevin says Hangman has no ceiling. I agree, Kevin. Hangman has no ceiling. But I think that Hangman should have been the champ before these other guys came in, because Kenny and the Bucks should have all kind of lost around the same time. And then they could be doing their elite goofy bullshit and BTE and whatever the hell they want. Get the belt off them. This tournament could be who's going to be Hangman's first contender. That's what this could be. And maybe Kenny's trying to get the match back. I thought Page was one-dimensional until his last promo. Aligning with Dark Order is perfect to elevate them. They've been playing that storyline out well. And Dark Order being the ones to earn him his title shot back, whatever it was, 6 weeks, 2 months ago, Brian, was the storyline to go with. Hangman needs to get back in the title hunt, and here's his last chance and it's up to the Dark Order because he got eliminated first early in that match. It was the chance to solidify their union and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the time.
But he had a baby coming, man.
It doesn't matter.
Tell that to his baby.
I will. There was a way you could have written him off TV and put this tournament together. Be like, Hangman could be like, this is a big deal, and I want my first opponent to be somebody important. So you guys are going to have a tournament while I wait the winner. And he just goes like this, and he could do it as a face. He could even say, I'm going to go home and spend time with my wife. You guys figure out my next contender.
Wait, you saying as champion? That's some Brock Lesnar shit, man.
No.
Showing up every now and again?
No, this is a kayfabe world, man, where you can play into that skid. Hangman could have said, Tony told me that they're having a tournament to decide my number one contender. So while they figure it out, I'm going to go home and be with my newborn.
I don't know about that.
Life gets in the way. People would have understood. You trying to recreate the moment that should have happened 2 months ago is.
I do agree. He had a lot of steam then.
Much steam.
I mean, hey man, things happen. You know,
and
family
you could have
happens.
taped promos. It's not like he had to be off TV. You could have taped promos. Miro's been spending time with his wife. Is that why they took the title off him? Because he wanted to go hang with his wife?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, this feels like, and I love Hangman, and I agree with you guys.
Yeah, we love him,
on Kevin and you about the ceiling. Like, he has no ceiling, and I think you told a beautiful story of him losing the inaugural match to Jericho, him winning the tag titles with Kenny, the culmination of him getting there. It would have meant more before Punk and the others joined the roster. That's a big story. That's a 2.5 year story, Brian.
Yeah.
That's come full circle, and it's always involved championships, the Kenny and Hangman and the Elite and him leaving there, and then you could go, Hangman, now that you beat Omega, you're officially out. We got your replacement. Here comes Adam Cole. Hindsight's 20/20, but I just think that was the time to do it. And then you have Christian take the other belt right after that off Omega and keep going with that. I mean, anyway. I made my case. We're going to be back for Monday with the Marks. I got trivia this week, so we're going to have some fun there. Who knows what we'll talk about. Rampage has some excitement. Brian's got the All Elite Hour. MJ and who else?
Kyle. Me, MJ, and Kyle. We've been holding it down.
They are the original trio of the All Elite Hour. Make sure you check that out. Very technical look at AEW compared to this kind of
I don't know about that.
You guys break it down in more depth. I didn't mean technical.
I see.
Kyle and MJ have a little bit more insider knowledge and stuff behind the scenes to contribute, where I'm supposition and logic. Just kind of like hypothetical. Well, what happens here and what happens there? So it's a different take, is what I was trying to get at, Brian.
I hear you.
You can listen to both shows and support MOWP.
Exactly. Support everyone.
Right. So we'll be back Monday, or I'll be back. Brian will be back. He's on every damn show. He is MOWP right now. But I will be back Monday with the Marks. And Rhodey will be there too. Maybe even Kiera. We're going to play. I got such a fun game, Brian. I have such a fun game.
Wait, so it's non-wrestling though, right?
It is non-wrestling. I will give you a hint.
Oh boy.
I'll give you a hint. It is all about movies.
Like a specific type of movie?
No, movies. Will Rally Sport. Hey guys, I love Dynamite tonight. Liked Hangman Page in the marshmallow suit. That was cool. Bit surprised Serena Deeb lost. She is so good. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. The best ones, you don't even need to worry about it. How many times was Budge said on air tonight? What's Budge?
Budge. 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 Come on, man. Budge. You know, Budge.
Was it said a Budge?
Budge. It was said a budge. They said budge, a budge, budge.
All right. Tune in next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
Catch you on the flip side.
Get you on the ding dong. Oh, Rocky. He says he loves movies as we exit out. You better be here Monday for trivia. I'm working hard on this one. Brian did not do good on the 80s one. This one will be better.
Follow and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit